Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of me driving to work and trying to make it there in one piece with geniuses on the road. So, to get started, this is not being broadcast to Facebook as of right now because, and I don't know if anybody's heard this, but a former employee turned whistleblower at Facebook managed to sneak out thousands of documents, basically proving that Facebook's algorithm, which is basically a computer program designed to show you on your Facebook page, on your feed, your front page, um, new information as stuff relevant, or at least what they think is relevant to you. But what was happening is most of the stuff that was being filtered to people was ads, posts, comments, videos, whatever anybody posted, only when it was in relation to violence, misinformation, uh, racist ideas, just generally very negative things that people would not agree with. Yet this is specifically what was being pushed to people, thanks to the algorithm. So yeah, if you saw me do that, it's because some idiot had his turn signal to the right and then proceeded to almost turn right in front of me, looking at me though, literally watching me as he was about to hit me. We would have fought had he hit me. Simple as that. And I would have hurt him. Anyway, back to Facebook. So she leaks this information on an episode of 60 Minutes. Now, if you don't know that particular show, it's an award-winning TV program where they spend 60 minutes tackling very important ideas, very important news that needs a deeper dive than, say, your regular news channel would cover. Even stuff like CNN wouldn't necessarily go as deep. 60 Minutes dives deep. And they do full-on interviews, full-length interviews with individuals directly related to the particular issue at hand. So, do I find it a coincidence that Facebook just happens to be down the day after this whistleblower comes out with her very damning information, might I add? No, it doesn't surprise me at all. Simply because this is what it is. This is how they do it. This is how they try to basically control the information that gets out. This is how they do it. They basically do this. Shut everything down. No one can log in. No one can post anything. No one can comment. Refreshing doesn't help, so don't even bother. It's not your Wi-Fi. It's not anything in particular. It's this. They have specifically come down and shut down Facebook and made it unavailable at the moment, basically so they can regroup themselves. Now, if you are on Facebook and and I mean this doesn't surprise you at all. They're not the only company to pull stuff like this, but I would say they are the biggest social media um, group in the world right now. Is basically Facebook. So the fact that they're having this kind of reaction to this just goes to show that even the biggest, baddest companies can be brought down with just a little bit of information. This particular case is thousands of pages worth of information, but in comparison to, say, the ridiculous amount of documents that may even pertain to this particular issue, the fact that she was able to get out this much basically puts her in hero status. And they don't all wear capes. In fact, she wore a suit, but that's besides the point. Facebook is down right now, hence why this is not being seen on Facebook because of this. It's a direct relation. It's obvious more than anything else. This isn't like they're having network issues. They're not having, they're not having an attack or anything like that. Facebook is down because of this. Damning information gets leaked, and they immediately scramble, shut everything down, and I'm almost 100% sure that going forward, we're going to see a difference. Oh, my God. Really, dude? Pick your lane. That we're going to see going forward a change in that algorithm. They're going to say, put in quotes here, that this is something they've been working on. This is just network maintenance, yada, yada, yada. They're full of crap. 100% full of crap. This is 100% them trying to pick up the pieces and try to come out of this looking somewhat positive. It's not going to happen. Now, what do we do going forward? Well, Facebook is not a reliable source of any kind of information. It's not. You can consider Facebook like the Wikipedia of information. Wikipedia, if you didn't know already, can be edited by anybody. You can go on to Wikipedia right now, go to the page of your favorite actor, let's say. You go to, just for the hell of it, you go to Robert Downey Jr.'s Wikipedia page. Now, right now, as it stands, based on their research, the information is accurate pertaining to RDJ. Now, the information that they have comes from things like interviews, personal information that he's made public, based on photographs of him at where have you. So that's how they know, okay, he's dating this person, he's married to this person, he has this kid, that kid. But keep in mind, this is only information that he himself has made available through various avenues. Interviews, film, what have you. Now, right now, I can log in, create a little account on Wikipedia, log in, go to his Wikipedia page, and edit it that he has 12 wives, 16 children, and lives on the moon. And then save it. Now, will that information be available? Those changes be there permanently? No. They have a system where they have to go into any changes that are made and then review them and then attempt to validate the information as accurate. Again, by going back to interviews, written documentation, books he might have written to see if the information matches up. If it does not, then the information gets reverted back. Any changes go back to what they were before. And I'm almost 100% sure that my account will get banned. Facebook has nothing like that. If your grandmother decides to post on Facebook that Robert Downey Jr. has 12 wives, 16 children, and lives on the moon, that post is there forever until she herself takes it down or edits it, which you can do. No one is going to come up behind her. No one's going to take a look at the information and go, hey, you know what? I don't think that's real. I don't think that's accurate. They got nothing like that. They have no system in place for people to review misinformation and then follow up by either stating that it is true, by allowing it to remain, or saying it's not true and reverting it back. Facebook has nothing like that. So do not go to Facebook for any information at all. If anything, use Facebook for what it was originally designed to be for. Facebook was designed to be a social media platform that allowed you and me and all of their users to stay in communication with, say, friends, family members, share photographs, videos. Hey, this is what the kids are doing today. Hey, look at what I'm eating. That was it. That's what Facebook was originally designed for, as a social media platform for people to remain in communication, especially over very long distances. So instead of there being groups of people who shared information amongst themselves and only within themselves, Facebook gave people a platform to then share that same family information. Hey, look who just got married. Look who just had a kid. And share that with friends and family who may not live close by. Maybe they moved away a couple months prior to this big event. Maybe they have been out of touch for a while and you needed a platform in order to speak to them. Facebook was that platform. That's what I use it for, along with posting the crap I say on here. But mostly that's what it's used for, allowing family and friends to maintain communication even when other forms of communication are unavailable. Family members don't have cell phones. Maybe they live in a particular area where they're able to have some sort of internet access, but phone and text messaging services are, forget it, impossible. Because there are areas like that where there's just nothing. So, yeah, that's what Facebook is for. Not a platform for people to say that just because they don't agree with something, they say it's not real. Specifically, this comes to information about COVID-19 or issues arising from, systemic racism or bigotry toward members of the LGBT plus community. Facebook is basically an unfiltered platform for people to say whatever they want. Now, I get free speech, First Amendment rights, all that stuff. However, your First Amendment right stops the moment you use that right to attack, verbally anyway, you verbally attack or attempt to incite violence toward another person or group of people. That's not what the First Amendment is for. You can say whatever you want, just like me on here. But at the same time, I can't use this platform, my ability to stream live to a bunch of different people and tell people or even say anything along the lines of, I won't say anything bad, but just anything negative that can then be used as a form of attack or as a form to incite violence toward literally anybody. First Amendment speech does not cover that. And a lot of people out there forget that. The First Amendment does not protect your right to speak in a negative manner about a protected group of people, or literally anybody, with the intent to incite violence or harm toward that person or people. It just doesn't. So again, Facebook, even though these are your words, my photographs, your photographs, my videos, your videos, you're expressing yourself. But, and this is a huge but, you cannot use it as a platform to be disingenuous, to be fictitious, to be spreading any kind of misinformation, ideas of hatred, ideas of bigotry toward anyone. First of all, because from a legal standpoint, the First Amendment doesn't protect that. But second of all, from a moral standpoint, how can you, as anybody, regardless of your skin color, the way you were brought up, who you love, who you care about, what you identify as, none of that. How can you, as anybody, look someone else in the eye and tell them, I hate you because you're a different skin color. I hate you because you love differently than I do. I hate you because you associate as something that is not normal. Which, if you really think about it, what is normal anyway? But that's a different story. So again, this goes back to platforms of free speech and how stuff like that is not protected, but also from a moral standpoint. You wouldn't want somebody coming to your house, coming after you, say, on Facebook, and basically trashing the way you look, the way you think, and saying they hate you because of it. You wouldn't want somebody to do it to you, so don't do it to someone else. That's just how it works. Like, isn't that, oh, it's said somewhere, I don't even know where. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. So if you don't want people giving you crap for the things you can't control more than anything else, your skin color, how you feel about a particular sex, whether it's the opposite or the same as your own, or if you just associate, or if you identify as a different sex altogether. You wouldn't want somebody to come after you for something you can't control, so don't do it to someone else. And this goes for anybody. This isn't like, I'm not crapping on one particular race or gender or identity or anything like that. This goes in all directions. You cannot hate on someone for something they cannot control. That'd be like going around to cancer wards and saying, I hate you because you have cancer. Stop being sick. Should have had vitamin Z. Should have taken your vitamins. What the hell kind of thinking is that? But it's along the similar lines. It's along the same similar lines. Hating someone for something they cannot control and then voicing that opinion and then claiming free speech. That's not how that shit works. Not how it works. And Facebook is definitely one of the largest avenues, and I would say that, like a megaphone when it comes to being able to get those ideas out. So you got to think to yourself, what can we, and by we, I mean literally humans, not by race, not by gender, not by, sexual orientation. This is just human beings, all of us. We got to be better. We have to be better. Don't hate. If you don't agree with something, cool. If it doesn't bother you, don't be concerned with it. I was just talking about this last night with a coworker of mine, and he and I are on the same page when it comes to this. If it does not affect us in any way, shape, or form, we have no reason to be concerned with it, to have an opinion on it. We don't. I'll take another thing. A woman's right to choose doesn't affect me. I'm a man. I don't have that plumbing down there. So guess what? I don't care. It doesn't concern me. And because it doesn't concern me, I have no qualms about it. I have no opinion toward it. Let them do what they want to do. The same when it comes to literally anything else. 2 men, 2 women want to get married? Dale, go. Do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, we're all here for a very short time anyway. It doesn't affect me. 2 men getting married does not affect me in the slightest. Does not alter the course of my life. Does not change how I'm going to view the world. As a dumpster fire right now, more than anything else. But it doesn't affect me. 2 women getting married doesn't affect me. Somebody wanting to change from male to female or female to male or just be gender fluid doesn't affect me. Not in the slightest. The day it does, then I'll get to have an opinion on it. Until that time has come, no. I have no opinions. I have no ideas about it. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. It's like water off the back of a duck. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. Do you to be happy as long as you're not doing these 3 things. The first, you're not going around killing anybody. Don't do it. Don't kill anybody. That's pretty much the top of most people's list of things people shouldn't do is go around killing people, right? Second, do not go around destroying property or taking things that don't belong to you. If it's not yours, leave it alone. Simple as that. You have no reason to interact with an object that does not belong to you. Hence, leave it the hell alone. And now the third one, and this one, especially nowadays with stuff that's going on, news that's coming out of particular people, if you mess with kids in a very pedo kind of way, you deserve to be in jail, more like be buried under the jail. That there's no you don't even get an option. Simple as that. Those 3 things. Don't kill anybody. Don't mess with stuff that isn't yours. Don't mess with the kids. As long as you're not doing any of those 3 things, I don't care what you do with your life. As long as you're happy. Because there are far too many miserable people in this world. And happiness is as simple as enjoying life to its fullest, however which way makes you happy, and just don't do those 3 things. Don't kill anybody. Don't mess with stuff that doesn't belong to you. Don't mess with the kids. That's it. As long as you're not doing those 3 things, I don't care what you do. Live your life. Because I am in no position to tell anybody else how they cannot live their life. Unless it's those 3 things. Because, come on. Those 3 are pretty obvious, right? Like, come on. You know, it's kind of hard to look somebody in the eye and tell them, hey, I want to kill you because it makes me happy. I mean, there's a reason why they give severely harsh punishments for, murder, manslaughter. It's because it's wrong to take another life, really. messing with other people's stuff that doesn't belong to you. And then another big one is definitely don't mess with the kids. They're innocent. They don't know any better. They they don't they're not old enough to form the necessary ideas or even to be in any kind of position to consent to anything because they're not old enough for it. So I've just parked. I've made it to work again despite the genius that almost hit me. So by all means, live your life, be happy. Just don't do the three things. Don't kill anybody. Don't mess with other people's stuff. Don't mess with people. Don't mess with kids at all. Other than that, live your life, be happy, and for now, also be safe because still dummies out on the road. So by all means, be safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one, the next episode. Have a good day.